we're back. This is Dawn Eldridge with RE/MAX Results.
And Stephanie Havel, Wells Fargo Home Mortgage, sitting in for Jason Stockwell today.
It's a great day today, Minnesota. So we had a great conversation with Don Doty about inspections. We're going to now kind of move on over to Isabella. I'm curious, what are you seeing for trends right now in granite? Do you sell more than granite there, or is it granite only? Do you sell quartz or?
Well, like I said in the first segment, so we're an importer. We own all of our own stone.
Okay.
We have full line of quartz, excluding Cambria.
Okay.
We do our own fabrication. We run 2 CNC machines. The one CNC machine is directly from Italy. And what that CNC machine allows us to do is the blade has a curve. So one thing that is a lot of fabricators have a challenge is having really nice, clean seams that you can't see. And our CNC machine can really hide that seam within the design of the granite.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's huge.
That's really huge.
Especially for the big, for any granite job.
Yeah.
Then the full line of remnants. And then we have our showroom over in Edina. And we have roughly, it's always a changing inventory within our stone because we are an importer. And we try and stay ahead of what a lot of some of the other importers have. So we have a bigger variety of stone in our showroom at any time.
So what kind of, what colors are you seeing that people are kind of moving towards right now?
Well, as I explained to you, I'm new to the industry. So I've been in the industry about 8 months, and all I keep hearing is gray and white, gray and white, gray and white, gray
Yeah,
and white. It's
and I'm seeing a lot of that.
Color?
Yeah, I know. I have color in my house, but actually I'm kind of sick of it. So I think, when you go with the more neutral, you can pop it with other things.
Sure, bring in other colors. Yep. Absolutely.
And I love the gray right now. It's kind of back to the 80s. I mean, the 80s was all about gray and white. And now here we are again. It's all cyclical. Are you seeing that a lot in the houses you're inspecting, Don?
Yeah, I do see it a lot. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Most people are always going to say, oh, granite, of course.
Yeah. So with granite and quartz, I've heard that granite, and maybe you don't know the answer to this, but I've heard that granite is more porous than quartz, which is why are you seeing a bigger trend towards people buying quartz instead of granite, or is it pretty equal still?
Well, I can say this. For us, being an importer, since we own our own stone, we can be very competitive cost-wise for granite.
Okay.
Now, there's a misconception that there's this porousness of granite. Now, I was a homeowner. I flipped 4 houses myself. My last home was all granite, and there is so low maintenance. There's a misconception in the industry that you have to keep sealing it, and it's a very, there's a lot of upkeep to granite, and there really isn't.
I don't think so either. I've had red wine bottles sitting on my granite. It's never seeped through. And
now marble is where you have to be very, very cautious. I would never want to put that into a kitchen without a full disclaimer. Now the difference is quartz has become more competitive price-wise, and they've also, the industry, they've tried to get a more natural look within the quartz stone. So when I talk to people that are coming in trying to decide for whether it's granite or quartz, it's really a personal decision. Are you looking for the natural product of granite or kind of the different look that quartz offers?
Is that something, like, how long does it last? I mean, is it forever? I mean, you know how people always, we need to update or you need to replace, and we've talked about appliances and things like that. How often would it need to be replaced or not really?
Well, I don't think I've ever been asked that question, but being a stone product, I mean, unless you actually damage it or something, or you're looking for a remodel and you're looking for an upgrade and a different look, that's one of the best values about granite is over laminates and other products is it's basically indestructible and lasts
right.
forever.
Like I was thinking that because how would you damage it? I mean, because that's what I always hear about.
It's
the
a big
beauty of
sledgehammer or
that,
something
you know,
like that.
you have a rager or something like that or something.
I've damaged mine with my pots when I put them in the sink. If I clip like a corner of it, the chunk will come off, and it's really annoying. I'm really irritated.
So does that seem to be like more of a trend now? That's what people are going because of the longevity and the, I mean, it is more expensive. You always hear that, but I think that's a great point to point out, that the cost factor over time, it's really going to pay off.
And also when you mentioned that if there is a chip or a ding, when it comes to granite over quartz, we can repair the chip and the ding in granite far over quartz. You'll always see that ding in quartz.
You can actually repair
the
quartz or the granite?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, there you go, Dawn.
There
Yeah.
you go. Learn something new today.
Yeah,
Right.
I like
Awesome.
that. So, are you seeing people, because, islands are a big deal right now.
Yes.
Are you seeing people, there was a trend where people would do a different color island and a different color countertop. Are you seeing people just doing the same color, or are they doing different colors?
I've had a few coming in and asking my advice on, it's if you have a stone and if the pattern and if it all fits, I would stray away from getting anything that's too far apart. But most of the time, 90% or more are doing all the same stone in the room. Yes.
Yeah, I see, and I like that. I think that's nice because it improves the flow of the kitchen,
Absolutely.
I think.
Absolutely.
Whereas otherwise your eye is just on the island because it's usually the darker color, and then they do the countertops lighter.
Now, I saw something really cool where a builder actually came in and he was looking at us remodeling his kitchen. He was looking at a Quartz product with an undermount lighting underneath it, which I'd never seen that before. But
Like for a counter?
it was like for
a
a
bar?
separate
or-
bar, yeah, within his kitchen. And then he was going to do underlighting underneath this beautiful, really clear quartzite, and it was really cool. That's the fun part about my job, is watching all this and being, like I said, I was a homeowner and I bought and flipped houses and I remodeled, so I understand the whole process as I'm working with my builders and contractors, and then with the homeowner, because I understand that it can be an overwhelming thought and project to try and pull all the different pieces together and then hoping that it's all going to come together
Well, that
in
was
one
going to be
beautiful-
my question, because I always say, okay, single female homeowner. I don't know a lot about it. I can decorate myself, but I cannot decorate a house. So when I come to your showroom or things like that, I'm guessing now with today's technology, how do I decide? Or like when you're talking about the grays and the blacks, how is that going to look in my house? I mean, obviously I don't want to invest in all this money in granite countertops, and I get it in, it's like, oh, this is not what I want to do. Do you have programs like that or layouts, or can I take a slab of granite and bring it home?
Oh, sure.
And
So how I like to work and how Great Northern Granite likes to work is once the contractor and builder, they'll send us the plans and then we give budget numbers. Then when the homeowner comes in, I'll have talked to your builder, your contractor, and asked, what's the budget? What's the color scheme? What are some of the ideas that you've already expressed with your contractor? So I don't make it overwhelming. So then when you do come in, I have the budgets and the numbers, and then I guide you towards those colors. And if you have samples of flooring or tile or cabinetry, you can bring that in. We can knock off a piece of granite to take with you for a sample. So we make it very easy.
well, from a financial perspective, I love the budget piece because I've talked about it before. I know with new construction and remodeling and renovation, that is the biggest, we get people pre-approved. This is what the amount, they've talked with their builder, but then they go in and all of a sudden they find a fancier piece of granite or fancier lighting. The next thing you know, they need $20,000 more in their purchase price, and
Right.
they don't get approved for $20,000
Well,
more.
we don't
So
pull
that's-
any surprises. The other thing is a lot of people don't understand that remnants are a great alternative for vanities, and they can really bring the price down in your project.
Oh,
Yep, I used a remnant on the bench in my shower, and it was like $200. I was floored, and it is one of those, have you seen the granite? It looks like fossils are in it.
Yes.
It's one of those.
Yes.
I was so excited. 'cause
I want a
I've
remnant for
seen
my
it. I
vanity
love
now.
that.
I just thought about that.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
You should love your vanity.
I know.
Yes.
I love the vanity mirror.
I had Kim Julene at my house yesterday.
You
I
did.
did. This is a feng shui person we had on last week. She was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited. So
for you.
excited.
Yeah.
So just small tweaks too. I don't have to go buy things if I don't want to. Just little tweaks to make my house, and I totally get it. Like moving my desk in my office.
So is that something, I'm sorry, kind of going back to like what you were just saying there, Bella, then. So for example, like my bathroom, I've lived in my house for 11 years. I just, maybe a few little updates or whatever, just to my bathroom counter sink. That's
Sure.
like, you could, how would that work? Like if I just kind of told you my space or what I have, I'd come in and see you, or how would something like that work?
We would want the dimensions of your cabinet. And then absolutely we would put numbers together, and then you can come in and give us colors, and we would design and help you design that bathroom for you. Then we come out and we template and measure and then install.
Awesome.
It's
And
really
how long
easy.
is that process? I mean, month or 2 weeks?
We, as long as we have the timeline, right? So you give us a timeline of when you want the product finished, when you want when is the cabinet installed? So once the cabinet is installed and we template, from template to installation is 2 weeks.
Okay.
Wow, that's quick. That's pretty
Right.
quick. Don, are you seeing a lot of granite I'm sure you see a ton of flips because you're inspecting so many homes and doing truth in housings and city inspections on them. Are you seeing a lot of granite on vanities and in the kitchen, or?
Yes, both.
Yeah.
What's nice though, granite's going to be forever, and you're always going to leave it as granite. You're going to change the cabinets, so that's a real simple thing to do. But always go with granite or quartz.
Yeah.
So you can switch the cabinets out underneath in the kitchen. If you have a granite countertop, you can switch the cabinets out and retain that granite countertop.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, that's what I was saying.
good
So
to
that was
know.
my point, kind of, I guess, in
Yeah.
asking of the longevity of the granite is, what if somebody comes in and they have a different taste? They don't like the gray black combination, but maybe working with, we could change the cabinets, or we could, change everything around it to make it work.
Absolutely.
Or they could turn it into a remnant and use it as the vanity.
Well, or like you said, I love that idea. Like you
Yeah.
said, just something more, because I think, again, you said people don't really think about that. That's a great cost-saving idea because they don't need all this stuff. So, good. God, I'm getting really educated here today. I love it. I love it. My wheels are turning.
Well, we're adding value to you, and Jason Stockwell is going to be in the house next.
All right.
He just
He's
showed
going to
up.
kick me out of the chair. So, hey, Stephanie Havel with Wells Fargo Home Mortgage. Thanks for listening.
Dawn Eldridge Remax results. Stay
We
tuned.
forgot 612-940-7335.
Very good.
When you're